Road cycling is brilliant. We love it. It's full of adrenaline, high speed, it keeps you fit. There are so many benefits to riding a bike.
But cycling can be a hard sport at times. There are some tough moments. In this video, we've decided to share with you all some of the hardest things about road cycling.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
The hardest thing about road cycling for me is definitely the hills. The reason I love road cycling is the adrenaline, the speed, and well, when you're climbing, you don't really get that. You're putting a lot of effort in and you're going slow. But I guess what goes up must come down. Woo! There's a silver lining in it somewhere.
Cycling is a beautiful sport, especially when you ride in warm sunshine. Cold weather, rain, snow, on the other hand, can be rather difficult. I've had some horrible moments on the bike in freezing conditions where, quite honestly, I've considered peeing myself to stay warm. Luckily, it didn't come to that. And it doesn't have to come to that for you either, because we have some videos on the channel which show you how to dress appropriately and stay warm in cold weather. Wrap up, you definitely can avoid those cold moments on the bike. Doesn't always have to feel like you're riding in the Arctic. One of the hardest things of our sport is when we find a lovely warm cafe, get the coffees in, the hot chocolates, the cakes, you could sit there for hours. The tough part is getting going again. Worse still is when you get going again and realise your legs have totally deserted you, just like the dessert you had back at that cafe. However, one good hack, stop for your cafe at the top of the mountain, like I've just done. That way, no hills to climb and you fly down the hill. Turn a hard moment into a brilliant one. Speaking of which, better get going down.
Mechanicals are bound to happen when you're out on the bike at some point, and they can be quite frustrating. You're out enjoying your ride. It's a beautiful day, you're on a beautiful road. Next thing, flat tire. You have to pull over, stop, faff around, get your tools out and figure out what's gone wrong. If it's a flat tire, then you have to change that. Or it could be something that's just not fixable, and that's the end of your ride and you have to call for help. In my case, it's just a flat tire, so this tyre is quite hard to get off. I'll be with you 5 minutes, Connor, 5 minutes. I won't be late, I promise. It's just taking a while to get it off, you know.
Manon, hurry up.
I'll be there in a minute. Riding a bike is fantastic. It takes you places that you've never been before. You almost kind of see more things on your bike than you would if you were to go walking or even in the car. You get to go to amazing viewpoints and locations.
Manon, we got to stop here again, I'm sorry.
We literally stopped
a
kilometre down there.
Look at that view.
I know, it's beautiful, but we need to get to the cafe.
No, I need to get a photo of this.
I'll meet you at the cafe.
I'm sending this to the group back home. Wow. Cycling is a great way to share your passion with like-minded others. The problem is, everyone has different levels of fitness, and I think one of the hardest things about cycling is telling someone you're riding with to slow down, admitting defeat when you can't quite hang in there. Talking of which, Manon,
what?
I can't keep up with this anymore. You've been half with me the whole way up this mountain, and I just want to enjoy the views.
We're not going that fast.
Can we slow down, please? Guess that wasn't so hard, actually. Thanks, Manon. Manon! One of the hardest things about cycling is crashing and hitting the ground. Yep, the ground can be hard.
As ex-professional cyclists, we know how hard it can be when you hit the floor. It can really knock your confidence.
Crashing is a tough one, isn't it, Manon? I think the hardest thing is getting back on your bike, but that is the best thing to do, jumping back on that horse. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it is a brutal, brutal moment to experience on a bike. Another hard thing about cycling is looking at your bank balance after you've bought a few bits for your bike. Never easy. Hardest thing is telling your partner what you spent on your bike hobby.
Yes, it's an expensive sport, but it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. You can pick up second-hand bikes and shop around for little bits and bobs and do your own maintenance to keep the costs down. So those were some of the things we find the hardest about road cycling, but we want to hear from you. What do you find the hardest thing about road cycling?
I think we've missed something, Manon.
What's that?
One of the hardest things is going to be leaving the Algarve region here in Portugal. It has been absolutely stunning.
Good point.
I've got to say a big thanks to the Quinta de Lagos resort for having us over here. It's been super special to ride our bikes and discover some of these new roads. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I tell you what though, we're going to make sure Manon warms up before we take her off this mountain.
It's beautiful up here, but very cold and windy.
Quite cold.
Yes.
We're at 900 metres elevation, so we're going to get down.
A nice descent to go.
Back to the beach, warm up.
Let's go.
Thanks for watching everyone. See you on the next video.
See ya.